Hi, it's Clyde at Vibrant Soap, and I'm here with my good friend Maren, and we just had a combined experience with your business, which was really great. Mine is, we're going to talk a little bit about how we brand our businesses. Like my operative tagline is right now, artistically designed luxury soap, and I think that kind of covers the fact that I'm going for a kind of bright look to my soap, but it's also good soap with the luxury part. So that's what mine is right now. Yours is what?
So we are Arts Lost and Found, and we are teaching you things that your dad and grandma should have but probably didn't. So these are all the more hands-on skills that you would have normally learned back in the day in shop class or home ec. And that really aren't being taught anymore in high schools and are probably being neglected by parents and older generations, just not handing down those skills anymore. So everything from sewing, cooking without having to take something out of the freezer, and all the way to like auto shop, learning the basics about car engines and all these little skills that you might even feel dumb not knowing and feel dumb asking about, but we are here to provide a safe environment to learn something as simple as sewing on a button. In addition to being a place where you can learn simple skills and not feel dumb not knowing how to sew on a button, we want to kind of push the envelope too, teaching people that doing things with your hands gives you this sense of capability and a sense of like self-esteem, that you realize, wow, I can do that, and what else can I do, and to continue that exploration. And I thought that soap making was an awesome way to begin as an inaugural workshop, because you're taking something, I kind of put it in the home ec category of our teaching structure, in that it's a handicraft, but it's also an exploration of chemistry and of these chemical reactions, and to kind of gear it into that it's applied science, really. Yeah,
it really is. Yeah, the chemistry in particular. We should actually do a shout out to San Diego Pros. We're in this business networking group together. That we learn so much from each other in that group. We have a lot of different backgrounds, and tax people and real estate and you name it. We're trying to add to that group, but a lot of smart people that share how they've tackled their businesses, and I think that's actually how we met.
Yes, exactly.
And as soon as I met you, it was sort of a good chemistry, because we sensed that there's a creative component to what we both do, and so this is a really exciting time to kind of combine our efforts.
Absolutely.
I thought, I want to say that I was really attracted to have the chance to teach soap in here, just because I was a teacher for 28 years. There's this sort of inner person that loves to pass on knowledge, and luckily I had some know-how as far as soap making is concerned, but I also had a lot of experience in bringing ideas to people. So I'm sure that you're probably looking for a lot of like people that have know-how. Can you talk a little bit about?
Yes. I also come from an educational background, so my whole background is in anthropology, and I worked at San Diego State University for a number of years, introducing programs to students and doing the kind of background coordination of things. And what I noticed there is that a lot of faculty they had a craft, they had an expertise in an area, and they were dying to have a venue to teach in, to express themselves and to share that information, and that's really what was driving them in their lives and driving them through their research. I also have kind of a duality in my background that is really heavy in the creative, the hands-on, and kind of creative endeavors. And so I really wanted to marry the two and see if I could take my experience in those both realms and kind of bring them together. And I've noticed too that in the creative arts and in the handicrafts, people don't really have very many venues for teaching. There's
well, that was exactly the appeal for me. I wanted to teach, but I don't necessarily have the facilities to do that. So that you had this new business and a place for me to do that was very attractive. So I think we kind of talked a little bit about some people that might know that they have a craft that they can do, but may be a little bit timid about presenting what they know to others. But you can help them along those lines.
Absolutely, right? Yeah. I offer support to create the curriculum and to kind of figure out exactly how to bring the teacher out of the craftsman. Right.
Yeah, and our primary talks in preparing for the soap making was safety, because there's the lye component of that. So we made sure, I think your studio really is put up, like you said, to be generic in many ways, so we could make sure that the lye was over there for a sort of beginning soap course. And I think the participants felt pretty comfortable that the lye was over there and they're over here.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until we combined it with the oils, which kind of diffused the harshness of the lye, that we brought it over here. And they were, maybe we can talk about our perception of how the participants felt in the class. What did you notice?
They were super excited to be working, hands-on with the materials. They were really excited with the color scheme that you brought out. When you brought out those colors, I personally was like, oh, that's awesome. But I wasn't really sure how everyone else was going. There's just vivid, you'll see, vivid, beautiful purples and pink and blue. Mica that he brought out and showed everyone, okay, this is, we want to think about fragrance, we want to think about the color presentation, and kind of what visually you are signaling to the person, to the buyer, or to the user of the soap about what the fragrance. But they really enjoyed it. And then at the end, I was like, would you take this newfound skill and would you use it? And the one student was like, well, I know I don't want to open a soaping business because this is, it's a challenging
and that's good to learn too, right?
Yeah.
You can have a great time in these workshops, comfortable knowing that you're not going to pursue this any further, perhaps, but that you enjoyed the experience and you feel enriched because you did it.
And it's not a huge investment of time. Another part of my developing these courses was you can take a lot of these courses at community college or other institutions, but the investment of time is really intensive. So to take an automotive class, for example, at community college in the area, you're going to dedicate 16 weeks going once a week, 3 hours, usually at night. And that's a big investment of time for a lot of people. So, and you're going to get a certification, you're going to get some kind of credential for that. And a lot of people just aren't really that dedicated to make that kind of investment. And so this is a one-night workshop. It's one evening. It's entertaining. It's informative, and that's essentially what she was saying. She's like, I'm not going to be opening a business, but right after they were like, all three students were saying, let's get together and this would be perfect gifts for the one student she works in sales and she has a lot of clients. She's like, every holiday season I'm at a loss for gifts to give to my clients, and this would be perfect for that. And how cool now that she has that skill that she can create this on her own and give her clients something that she created that's from her heart, that's from her hands.
Soap is that way, but you can imagine a lot of other crafts are that same sort of thing.
Absolutely.
But I think the underlying idea is that there's a satisfaction you get from kind of going through an experience.
Yes.
Just knowing that, oh, I've done that. It's another part of the puzzle of life that I've put together for myself.
Exactly. And then beyond that, what else can I do?
Right.
Now I know I can do this.
They were actually asking, so what's next? What are you going to do in your workshops?
That was wonderful feedback.
And you told them, what was that you told them?
Yeah, so the next workshop that we're going to be offering will be taught by me. We're going to be investigating how to use your personal sewing machine. So if you have a sewing machine in your home or in your life, gathering dust, and you don't know how to thread it, and you don't know how to oil it, you don't know how to maintain it, and you don't even know the beginning, how to even plug it into the wall, I am here for you. We will investigate all the mysteries of the sewing machine, and then we'll talk about basic hand sewing techniques so that you can sew on a button that stays, that doesn't fall off, and figure out how to place the button so that it's not in the wrong spot and you've done all that work for nothing. And how to do a basic hem, how to do basic repairs on, you know, your very favorite shirt that you can't let go, but it has a tear in a place out of it. So we'll be doing those very basic sewing techniques that you might be embarrassed that you don't know how to do, but
that is becoming a lost art.
It really is, yeah. And I think that we're, you know, throwing out or giving away the clothes that are mendable. When you could, you know, get that sense of satisfaction that you fixed it and that you made it better.
And beyond that, I guess the sky's the limit, because there's so many different things you could be doing with your hands that have rich possibilities for the future of arts lost and found. Right?
Absolutely, yeah. We're, like I said, we're looking in the future at an get to know your car engine class, so a demonstration in an actual auto mechanic auto bay for students to, you know, pop the hood and look at the spaghetti that's under the hood and, you know, actually get familiar with what's going on in the car engine. And then doing more advanced things, so even more advanced sewing. We could go all the way through to like very advanced techniques like tailoring and things like that.
It's exciting to know just the possibilities. Well, anyway, this has been Clyde at Vibrant Soap, and I'm glad to have had this opportunity to work with Arts Lost and Found with Maren. Absolutely. And we're going to actually cut the soap that we did as part of the workshop right now, and then our participants are going to come back and get their soap. They're so excited about that. The other thing was that we did some melt and pour. They were able to leave with something in hand that was good.
That was good. They were, they were happy to have something to take home as a little party favor.
That just worked out by chance.
Yay.
All right, so let's cut the soap. So what we all did together with this soap, and we used the scent Black Raspberry Vanilla because it doesn't speed up on us, and I knew I could rely on that. We did, all the participants did a different color each, and they all contributed to a in the pot swirl. We dumped it in. We did one or two swirls around the pot before we pulled it off, and this is what we ended up with, and I think they're going to be really happy. What do you think?
I love that.
Cool.
And it smells so good. It's been fragrancing my studio for the last 2 days. Really
so that's the result of the in the pot swirl. A group effort. That's the first for me like that.
I know. I love it.
In most cases, I guess they're going to have a product to walk away with too, right?
Yes, actually. That is the beauty of learning these applied arts, is actually having a product. Or what thing you never thought of. So if you're following our website, or if you sign up for updates on the courses and you're getting these courses kind of delivered to your inbox, you might see something that you'd never thought of pursuing before, and opening those doors of possibility.
Right. Okay, that's the final one. I think that was some of the first ones that were cut. I think came out really nice. But there you have it. And I really enjoyed working with you, Maren. Hope I have another opportunity to do that.
Absolutely. As far as I'm concerned, you're a lifer.
Okay. Let's make soap every weekend.
I hope the feeling's mutual.
Oh, it is. Absolutely. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
This is Clyde Yoshida at Vibrant Soap and
Maren Castaneda with Arts Lost and